Hey guys, this is Saumil here, your host, mentor for this particular crash course slash bootcamp. In this video, I'll be teaching you how to automate Medallion architecture, a step-by-step guide for beginners. So we are going to learn the entire process, how data moves, right from the raw zone into the silver zone. Raw meaning all your CDC events are being dumped into the raw zone. You want to read data incrementally from the raw zone and dedupe the data and build a silver zone, columnar, Parquet files, right? And then from there, you want to join and basically build a gold zone. Traditionally, any fact table or any materialized views, right? I'm going to be showing you everything step-by-step approach in this video. And then we are going to automate the entire Medallion architecture, meaning we will fire up the glue workflow and automatically it would fire up glue jobs which will ingest data into the silver zone. As soon as those scripts are complete, automatically we're going to fire one more script which will load the data into the fact table or your gold zone, as I said. So all of that is there in the video, and I hope you are excited to learn about all of this amazing stuff in this video. Just a little bit prerequisite that you need for this video is a little bit knowledge on AWS, and I'll try my best to cover all the concepts, techniques, and guides hopefully in this video. So yeah, so without wasting any further time, let's get started straight into action. All right, so now we are gonna perform this entire workshop, right? So let's get started. So the first step that you guys need to do, beginners, is you need to have an AWS account, assuming you guys have an account. So let's create an access key and an S3 bucket and a glue database, and then begin the steps, okay? So sharing my screen, first steps. Let's create a user for this project. We're gonna click on add user. Long Hudi is the name that I'm gonna give, and I'll try my best to zoom in. Click on create. And again, for learning purposes, please attach administrator access. Later on, you can refine it. Click next, click on create user. So my user learn Hudi has been created. Head over to security credentials, then scroll and click on create access key. Click next, click create, and copy these keys. Again, you will be given a project on Github, right? Simply clone that, and inside that there will be a file called dev.env. You want to place these keys over there, okay? So coming here, again, this is how my keys looks like. I'm gonna paste my access key. I'm gonna copy my secret key. Again, don't worry, this all will be deleted after the video. I'm doing this project in the US West too, so whatever region you are doing, so make sure to use your appropriate region. Now, after that, come down and click on done. Now, once that is done, we need to create an S3 bucket. So for this, we're gonna click on buckets, click on create buckets. We'll call this Hudi Learn Demo. And I will prefer it to be in the region US West 2. Again, doesn't matter really. So once that is done, click on create bucket. So hopefully that's the bucket that I have. So again, first step, create a user, create an access key and secret key. Second step, all you gotta do is create the S3 bucket. And once you are done with those two parts, now let's follow the next part. Next part is a little straightforward. So you want to head over to Glue, AWS Glue over here. Now click on database on the left hand side. I have a Hudi DB, so probably I'll delete one. Click on add database, and Hudi DB is something that you want to name this database, as you can see. So make sure to follow all these steps. Now, what is the next step? We need some data to play and work with, right? So we can build this entire Medallion architecture. For this entire project, as I said, I have chosen very simple use case, that is customer and order table, right? Customers are making orders. So you have an order table where orders are saved about a customer. A customer table contains information about a customer, name, city, state, etc. Very simple example, right? So let's take a look at the project. Now, if you come here, you will see three folders, that is raw, silver, and gold. You want to go to the file called raw. There will be a Python file datagen.py. So as you can see, it creates some fake data, order ID, customer ID. Again, it creates some fake order and then some fake customers who are making this order. All you gotta do, if you put your access and secret keys correct, all you gotta do is simply run the file, and this will build the raw zone, meaning all those CDC events either from Debezium or using Debezium, sorry, or DynamoDB streams are landing into S3, right? So coming back here, again on my S3, if we go, I don't have any files, right? So I'm gonna make sure I use this bucket for this project. So I'll go to dev.env. And over here, I will simply replace that. Now datagen.py, I will simply, you can change the number of samples. Let's use about 20 samples. Right click and click on run datagen.py. As you can see on the console, I do see some print statements, meaning now we are publishing data into the raw zone. So as you can see, some data is being generated right now. If I go back to S3, if I refresh, now I see the raw zone, and as you can see, customers has some JSON files, orders will have some JSON files to work with. Great. At this step, what we have done is we have a raw zone where we have all this data coming in. Now we'll be building a complete medallion architecture, meaning from raw, we want to go to silver, and from silver, we want to go to the gold zone. Let's walk over the entire steps now, okay? And then at the end, I'll teach you how to automate that entire workflow using Glue workflow. So let's get started. So all right, so this job is now complete, as you can see. All right, now okay, just follow the steps. Now we need to create some scripts. These jobs are gonna read data from the raw zone, and it's gonna build a silver Hudi transactional data lake. Let's understand how to do that. So what we need to do is we need to head over to AWS Glue and click on ETL jobs over here. Let me see if I can, it's loading, so let's be a little patient here. All right, so you see this ETL jobs here, right? And now would you see something called Spark script editor? I want you to click on that, and you want to create 3 scripts. I'll walk you through the process for one of them. Please follow the same approach for rest 3 of them. For example, now we have a customer and an order table, right? So we need to create Hudi tables for customer and order. I'm going to show you the steps for one of them. So probably, let me share my screen. So now what you need to do is you will see a folder called silver, open that, and inside that you will see silver customers.py, okay? Now all you want to do is come inside the run, make sure you replace your S3 bucket name. My data resides in a bucket called Hudi Learn Demo 1995. So I will be replacing this over here. Rest everything could be default, and I'll walk you over the code base shortly. So first, let's set up these jobs. Head over to the ETL, click on Spark script editor, click on create. Copy the entire code, paste the entire code over here, go to the job details, and make sure you name it silver_customer, because this is gonna build the silver table for us. So we can call this silver_customers. Then make sure Spark Glue 4.0 version as language is Python 3 G1X. 3 workers are more than enough for this project. A job bookmark, we gotta click on enable. We need job bookmarks. Why? Because next time when you run, you only want to process new data, right? So that's gonna help you with that part. So that's that. Now the main important thing is over the job parameters, which is over here, job parameters. Click on add a new parameters, and then the data lake format, Hudi, and then we gotta pass in a configuration. So in this project, there will be something called notes, and then what you want to do is copy this configuration. So the key would be conf, and the value would be this particular stuff that I'm simply gonna paste that in, and then scroll up, click on save, select of course an IAM role for that, and I'm just gonna add the word learn so that I don't, so silver_customers, let me just, it's fine, I'm just gonna create one, silver_customers underscore demo. I'm gonna click on save. So I have a job called silver_customers_demo, okay? I need to do that for the orders also. So I already have few of them. So what I will do, probably I'm gonna delete all of these older jobs. So I'm gonna follow the entire labs with you right now. So we did for the customers. Again, I will walk you over the code once we create all these stuff, okay? Now, same steps, Python shell script editor, click on create. From the folder, you will see something called silver_ordered_py. Replace your S3 bucket. So my bucket name is this. So I'm simply gonna replace the S3 bucket. So this is gonna read the data from S3 as a glue data frame object, and then it's gonna basically upsert into a Hudi table, which is called orders, okay? Again, I'll walk you over the code base shortly. So let me make sure I put the right name everywhere. Okay, so that's done. And then heading back over to glue, simply paste everything over here, go to job details, and then simply need to put silver_orders. That would be my job name, and I'll append the word learn. Select an IAM role. Python, wait a second, looks like it became a shell job. We don't need a shell job, we need a glue Spark job. So I'm gonna recreate that one. So Python shell, yes, Spark script editor, my bad. Then copy, paste the code over here, and then the file name would be, or the job name would be silver_order, and we'll append the word demo. All right, so the IAM role, select appropriate IAM role, glue 4.0, language is Python 3, G1X, 3 workers are more than enough for the job, we don't need much. Job bookmark, enable, come down, advanced settings, and remember where we have to go, job parameters, data lake format, Hudi, and then we gotta provide that conf, remember. So this is the configuration. Click on save. All right, so now we have 2 jobs, as you can see, silver order demo and silver customer. These are gonna create silver zone. Again, I haven't run anything, I'm just creating everything. Then I'm gonna walk you over the code base, okay? One small thing I wanna do, I think in the customer one, I forgot to change the bucket name. So if over here, just changing the bucket name, and then going back to my customer demo, replace, save it. All right, now I need your attention over here. So from the raw, we are gonna go to the silver, and from the silver, we are gonna read both the data in Hudi incrementally. We're gonna join, and we're gonna create a gold zone. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. And then we're gonna learn how to automate this entire workflow, okay? All right, back to my screen. And again, I'll walk you over the code. I haven't showed you the code, right? So we're gonna click on script editor, create. Now head over to a folder called gold, and you will see gold fact.py. Now you need to change a couple of things over here. I will be walking you over that. So now we're gonna incrementally read data from the customer table, incrementally read data from the order table, join the both data, and then again upsert the joined data into a gold zone. Again, you can also join that with the date dimension, etc. But again, I'm keeping the project pretty straightforward, so it's easier for beginners to follow. So all I need to do over here is I'm gonna simply change the bucket name. You can see loaders, so we're gonna load data from our silver zone. Again, we do not have a silver zone right now, okay? All we are doing is simply creating all these jobs. Then I'm gonna walk you over the code base, and then I'm gonna perform the lab. But for now, just preparing all the resources. So that's that. We're gonna join the data, and then probably we're gonna insert that into the gold zone, changing the bucket name. So repeat the same process with me. Go to job details. Let's make sure we paste everything here. Go to job details, and this job would be named as gold_fact. Again, you can name it anything, but for learning purposes, let's name gold_fact_demo. Select a IAM role, Spark, Glue 4.0, G1X, probably 3 workers are more than enough. Advanced properties, scroll down, job parameters, data lake format as Hudi, and then we gotta use the configuration. Click on save. Alright, so let's see. So I should have 3 jobs over here. Now I'm gonna walk you over the code base. So everything is set up. Now I can actually show you the code base and try to explain you what we are doing. So now the first thing that we will do is, now you have the raw zone, right? So let me close everything. You have a raw zone. From raw zone, you want to dedupe the data and move it into the silver zone. So let's take a look at that. So I'm gonna show you the script for the customer. So here you can see a run function. This is the path where my raw data resides inside a folder called customers. The format is JSON and the table name is again customers. I have a function called read data s3. As you can see, all it does, it reads the data as a glue data frame object, converts the glue data frame into a Spark data frame, and then returns the Spark data frame. Once I get the Spark data frame, I perform an upsert on a Hudi table. So this is gonna create a Hudi table. The glue database that I'll be using is HudiDB. The table name that I wanna use is customers. Record key, what is the primary key in your data, which is customer ID. Precom key is TS, meaning I want to dedupe my data on timestamp. So for example, let's say you have customer 1 and the time was, let's say, 9 o'clock. Customer 1 time was 9:30. So using precom key will always take the max of it. So it's gonna take the 9:31. Hopefully that made sense. Table type as copy on write. Hudi offers to copy on write and merge on read. Partition, so I'm gonna partition my customer table by state over here. Method upsert, index type as Bloom. We are enabling partition, we are enabling Hudi cleaner, and this is where our Hudi table will be created inside this bucket, inside a folder called silver. So you see we are using the same bucket, but we are having different folders. So you'll have folder for raw, you'll have folder for silver, and you'll have folder for gold. You can also have different buckets, but it depends upon your style. I prefer having single buckets and different folders for raw or bronze, silver, gold, okay? All right, this is the code, and the code for the order is absolutely similar. Again, the only thing changes a few parameters, right? We read the data from the table as a glue data frame object, and then we upsert that into the Hudi table. And then we are gonna take a look at the gold table, which is basically gonna join the 2 Hudi tables and create the gold zone. So let me show you over here. So going to the gold. Again, you can have aggregates and complex queries here, but my goal is to show you the big picture over here and explain you the concept. So again, remember, you always wanna basically read the customer table in the memory, because it's unlikely that the customer table will change, but you want to incrementally read the order tables, right? Because think about it, right? Customer information might not change that often, so you don't want to read that incrementally. So I'm going to do a full read on the customer table and then incrementally read order table and then join and create a gold zone, okay? Hopefully made sense. I have a template for that, which makes your life easier. So as you can see, so here you can simply specify the type. So we are saying read data from this Hudi table in the silver zone, which is customer. This is the path, this is the table name, and type as full means read the entire table, right? Basically that means. And then order table, we are reading data incrementally from the order table. As you can see, Hudi learn demo 1995. This is the path to the silver order table, Hudi table. And also what you need to do on the top of the code, again, it's all a template that I wrote. You see this bucket name? This bucket will be used for checkpoint. Simply pass in the bucket that you're using. Hudi learn demo 1995. That's the bucket. Now, code is pretty simple, right? We define what you want to load from the Hudi tables, right? I'm loading these 2 Hudi tables. I invoke a method called load Hudi tables, pass in that object. And then all I do is simple Spark SQL, man. Look, select customer ID, customer name, city, state, email, and then order ID, order timestamp, order value, and priority. And then I'm simply doing a join, right? And I'm joining that on the customer ID. So all I'm doing is basically just doing a join. Again, you can have complex group by and aggregates, everything you can do. But for now, keeping things simple. So reading the entire customer table, incrementally fetching orders, joining and building a gold zone. Okay. All right, and after that, as you can see, this is the record key. I'm using a composite key, order ID and customer ID. This is gonna be my primary key. And this is the path where my gold zone is gonna be inside a folder called gold, and the table name is gonna be gold orders. So this way now the business can analyze the orders and who are the customer related to that. So they don't have to do a join, right? Again, very simple use case I'm taking for you. So now that you have a clear understanding of the code base, let's try to run everything and let's see things in action. So what I'm gonna do, so over here, so first I'll go to the customer table over here, go to the run tab, and I'm gonna click on the top right hand side corner which says run, and this should basically create a silver customer table, Hudi table for us. So I'm also gonna do that the same for the order table and click on run. Now, since this usually takes about 3 to 4 minutes, I will pause the video here and I'll resume once the job is complete. So both the jobs have succeeded, and you could monitor that through the job run monitoring over here. As you can see, both of them have succeeded. Going back to the S3, I see my silver zone, customer and orders. Hopefully you guys can see, right? Orders has the order data, customer has information about the customer. Again, partitioned by probably state. Great, fantastic. Now we need to run the gold zone, right? Which is gonna read data from the customer entirely, incrementally fetch data from orders, join, and then basically build our gold zone, right? So let's do that. So going back to the AWS console, the ETL jobs, gold fact demo. Well, all I want to do is come here to the run and click on run the option. Now again, this job again will take about 5 minutes because it's gonna read the data from both of the tables and then again process and build your gold zone. So we will be a little patient here, and then once the job is complete, I'll probably again resume the video. And again, this template makes it so easy, right? Think about it. Otherwise, you had to write all that logic for you. So I wrote all that logic so you can simply add or read from as many Hudi tables as needed, incremental or full, right? Just specify that. So once this is complete, now I want to show you the pain points here, right? What are the pain points? Well, the pain point is, you saw, well, I run the silver, then, well, I run the gold. Well, I can put this on cron job, but again, they won't be synced. I want to do it in a way automatically when data is moved into the silver zone. Both of them are complete, then I want to directly fire my gold zone, gold zone script, right? That's what I want to do, right? So that way, I want to automate that. So for that, we will leverage something called glue workflow, right? You can also use step function, but I believe you got to write infrastructure code and all of that. But glue workflow, it's a simple drag and drop and makes it like so easy. So that's what I want to also show you. But let's wait for the gold zone to complete. Once it is complete, I'll resume, show you, and then we move to the next phase, okay? All right, so my gold zone has also been completed. As you can see, succeeded, right? So we understand the entire process, how we went from raw to silver to gold, right? Now you also saw the pain point, right? Now I want to automate this. Basically, I don't want to have these raw to silver on a cron and then gold on a particular cron. Doesn't really make sense, right? It should be a synced process. So that's where you can leverage either step functions or glue workflow. So let me show you that process now, okay? So again, of course, you can run ad hoc queries at this point. I mean, as you can see, simply running an ad hoc query on Athena, right? I should be seeing the results here. Again, as you can see, email, order ID, order timestamp, order value, priority, right? So we join both the data, right? Now let me show you the automation part, because that's what we wanna do, right? So for that, you need to come to workflow orchestration over here. This is how it looks like, right? So I'm gonna delete the one that I have from previous one. So now we are gonna create a ETL workflow, right? So we're gonna say automate raw silver, gold, Hudi tables, right? Because we want to automate the entire process, right? So we're going to name that, put that in the description. Properties, leave that to default and click on create workflow. So your workflow has been created. Now what you want to do is I want to fire the silver table, which means I want to move data from raw into silver, customers in order. Once both of them are complete, then I want to fire my gold zone, right? So for that, what you want to do is you want to click on this particular one. This will bring you to this console. And what you want to do is now click on add triggers. I already have some sample triggers from the past, but I'm going to create a new one. So I'm going to say fire glue pipeline, and then leave this to event over here, or leave this to on demand, because I might want to fire on demand. You can also fire this on a schedule or an event, again depending upon your use case. And then I'm going to click on add. So here you will see a node, right? This node, again, it will be fired on demand, right? Now what I want to do is click on add node, and I want to run these two glue jobs, right? Silver customer and then the silver order. This is going to move data from the raw zone into the silver Hudi tables. So far so good, right? Now we want to add a state, meaning once these both of the jobs are complete, then and only then I want to fire my third part, right? So let's take a look at that part. All right, so now we will click on this drop down and click on add trigger. Now basically what you want to do over here is you want to go to add new and fire jobs when both are, again you can give any name, I'm just showing you an example over here, right? And over here you would probably leave this to you can leave this to event, and then here trigger logic, make sure you select start after all watch events, which means we are saying that, hey, I want to fire that third job once these both of jobs are complete. Again, we're going to see that process. So after that, I'm going to click on add, and here you can see I have that node, right? Now what I'm going to do is I will be clicking on this node, add node. I want to fire my gold zone, which means move the table from move the data from the silver into the gold zone, right? That's the glue job. So I click on add. Now you see this previous node, you want to click here and you want to give a condition. So I want to make sure when both the glue jobs are succeeded, right? Add. Now look how it looks like. Perfect, right? So what does this mean? This means fire the job on demand, fire my silver Hudi, basically from raw to order table silver zone, and the same as for the customers. Once both of them is complete, then and only then fire my gold zone, right? That's basically what it means. So now our workflow is ready, as you can see, right? Looks fantastic. Let me zoom out. Of course you can play and organize all these stuff and all that, great. All right, so now what we gotta do? Now again we'll push some new data into the raw zone. So what I will be doing is gonna head over back to my IntelliJ IDE, go inside the folder raw, remember, and then data gen. I'm gonna insert some more 20 samples into the raw zone. So running the job. So again, some fake data is going into the raw zone customer and order table, right? That's what it means, okay? Now, the beautiful about the workflow is, as you can see, now once I fire, everything will be fired in a go, right? That's what I want to show you. So sharing my screen again, I'm just gonna fire that right now. So here, automate raw silver gold Hudi tables. Click on that. You see this button that says run workflow? I'm gonna click on that and my workflow is fired. So if I go to history, as you can see now, just making sure you guys see that, running, right? It's in the running state. You can real time also monitor what's going on. So you can see view run details, and you can see the entire details over here. And I assume you can also see the real time status. So anytime this job is complete, it's gonna turn into a green color. Let me make sure. I think it's now in the running state. So let's wait for that. Yeah. Pretty sure you can see the status. All right, so now I think they are in the running state. Yeah, it's in the running state. So let's give it a couple of seconds, and then probably you should see these colors probably changing, which means you'll see this as a green color, and then probably this has green color. Hopefully that should change. Okay, so we have a refresh button as well here that you can choose, right, to refresh the status. So at this point, I simply need to wait, right? It's in the running state, right? If we go back to the ETL jobs, again, it takes about a minute or two, okay? So just bear that in mind. So if I go to the run, as you can see, the customer is in the running state. Again, I did not run it through the workflow. It started automatically. Let's see the order one, probably order. As you can see, both of them is running, right? If I go to job monitoring, again, I can see all the jobs that are in the running state, right? So customer and order are both in the running state, right? I can go to my workflow orchestration. I can click on my workflow, and I can see one is still in the running state, right? Click on view details, and as I was telling you, right, see now the workflow has fired up. So this is in a green color, meaning now your workflow has started. Now once your glue job are completed, that color will change probably to green, right? And then you can see all these real time. That's what I'm trying to say. So now you're not setting up on the cron like, okay, from raw to silver, the order table at 6 o'clock, this at 7 o'clock, and this at like, no, don't do that, man. You know, orchestrate that, right, using step functions or anything, right? So again, now I can simply wait. I'm gonna probably resume the video once this is complete. It takes about 5 minutes for the entire pipeline to complete. So let me pause the video and then resume once this is complete. As you can see, right, the statuses are changing, right? So as you can see, my silver zone are complete, and again, it's still in the running state. It's about 4 minutes 33 seconds. So okay, now both of them are complete, and now my gold zone is gonna run, which means incrementally iterate over customers, incrementally iterate over order, perform a join, and build my gold zone. So once that is complete, hopefully this should be completed within like a minute or so. Finally, the workflow has now completed. So what have you learned in this video, right? What you have learned is A, how to go from raw to or bronze to silver and gold zone, right? And then B, you have learned how to automate the entire workflow, right? Not setting things on cron, but orchestrating the entire workflow. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you have enjoyed these videos. Every single code can be found on my GitHub section. And please share the video with your coworkers, colleague. If you feel I've done a great job, make sure to like, subscribe, and share the video with your friends. That's all I have for the video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the upcoming next video.